welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Candidly V here, and I am back, guys. Ooh, I feel like I have been gone for so long, baby, but your girl is back and ready to go. So anyway, hi guys. For those of you that don't know who I am Candidly V here. We do lifestyle, beauty, travel content, and we're also going to start dipping into the business niche because I have officially started my second company that I'm actually co-founder of with my homegirl, Sheree. We ain't gonna talk about her in this video, but because I need her permission first. But that is one of my business partners. We have an event planning business. So that is all what my channel is about. So if you are new here, welcome guys. I hope you guys want to become a part of the Candidly V family. And if you do, if that is you, I would love for you guys to join. All you have to do is click that red subscribe button down below and turn on your notification bell so you do not miss any uploads. And you're going to become a Brit Babe. That's it. That's it. That's all I require, baby, for you to be a part of this channel, this family, and everything that we have Candidly V. So guys, like I said, I have been gone for a minute, and yes, you guys are getting weekly vlogs now. They're all gonna start coming out back to back to back. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. But another thing that you are going to be getting is a continuation of the Reinventing Her series. Guys, this is my baby. This is what I'm so passionate about. I just love empowering beautiful, amazing women as yourselves here on the people's internet. And so I just want to come on here, and we do this Reinventing Her series. Usually every week or every couple of weeks you will get a new upload for Reinventing Her, and it's just all about empowering women, making them feel better about themselves, providing tips and strategies and way to move forward with making you feel empowered, happy, better, and helping you be a happy you on the inside and out. And that's all that matters. And that's exactly what the Reinventing Her series is all about. So I really hope that you guys enjoy it and have been enjoying it so far. And if you haven't seen any of this Reinventing Her series, then I suggest that you go back and watch. Every week it's a new topic that we're going to chit chat and discuss. And I'm actually considering hopefully having other women on here too that are in different realms, in different places, where we can connect and talk and bring more information, more tips, more fun to you ladies out there. So that's all it is for me today. Today, as you can see in the thumbnail, we are talking about self-care. It is super important. I definitely 110% believe in taking time out to have self-care, because guess what, y'all, if we are not pouring into ourselves, then we cannot help others and be a service to others and pour into others. You cannot pour out of an empty cup. You just can't. So it's very important that you take time each week. Shoot, if you can do it every day, that's even better, at least something. But it's important that if you take time to, if you actually take some time each day to pour into yourself, then you're going to be a better person for you, your kids, your husband, or your wives. And we're definitely going to make this a much better rounded situation. I'm going to go through a couple of tips, and I've written some things down, and I have a couple things with me that I wanted to show you. Some of my favorite stuff for self-care. So if you see me looking down for any reason, then baby, it's because I'm looking at my notes real quick, because I didn't want to forget about the topics and what we're going to discuss and what we're going to talk about. So I just wanted to make sure that I covered everything, and I showed you guys some of my favorite topics. I think the first thing that I want you to do is just take a few minutes to really think about, what does self-care look like to you right now in your daily life? Do you do self-care? Is that something that you prioritize and make sure that you have some time doing each and every week? Or is that just something that it's on the back burner? If you can get it in, you get it in when you can. or is it something that you actually just don't do because life, work, family all take priority with what is going on in your day-to-day life, and therefore you just do not have the time? I definitely think that if you are a person that does not do any kind of self-care or doesn't take time out intentionally weekly to actually have your moments of self-care, then this video is definitely something that you're the type of target audience especially that I want this video to go out to, because I just fully, wholeheartedly, 110% in believing that everybody, men, women, everyone should take time out to have self-care, because it also exercises your brain and allows you to have clarity, and sometimes those moments of solitude are just exactly what you need. So my first tip, and one of the tips that I actually do that I like to do, is I always take time out to spend time with God every single day. So usually in the morning, I do have a devotional. This is a great devotional. If you do not have it, then I really suggest that you do get it. It is also on Amazon. No, this is not sponsored. Like I said earlier, I'm just going to share some of my favorite items and favorite things that I use for my self-care with you guys. But this is called this is the 100 Days of Believing Bigger devotional and journal. Okay, and that's what it looks like, so screenshot that. I love this because, and I'm gonna show you back because I don't want to show you like my notes or anything like that. I love it because you have your daily devotional on one side, but then you also have a space where you can journal, and you also have a prayer at the end of it. So every day I kind of just take a couple minutes in the morning to start my day, doing and being intentional about my relationship with God and building my relationship with God. I said that at the beginning of the year that it was something that I was working on, and it was one of my goals for the year, and so this is definitely something that I try to stick to and try to do, as to try and tick off that goal that I said at the beginning of the year. I also, and this was actually a tip that our pastor did from church, and it was to set our clocks at 11:56 every single day. And we're not too sure. This funny thing is in my church is that everyone's not too sure whether or not, and it's still to this day, like everyone's alarms go off in the middle of church service. And it does this whilst I'm at work. And at 11:56, we're supposed to have intentional prayer time with God. This year we are asking for wisdom. This is the year of wisdom. And so at 11:56 every single day, that is our prayer time that we take out with God. So first of all, I do my devotional and my journaling. That's my first thing in the morning. And then my second thing is at 11:56, no matter what I'm doing, I tend to try and stop and pray real quick and just have a few minutes intentional. Sometimes it's only a minute, especially if I'm at work and I'm in the middle of something, but I still make sure I take that time to be obedient and to also make sure that I'm continuing to do the work. And I love it because it actually is helping me with my own goal of building that relationship with God even stronger and making sure that I stay committed to doing so. So I love that. So I have an alarm that goes off at 11:56 every day, and then also we have the devotional. So that's my number one thing. So that's building a relationship with God is a part of my self-care. So secondly, the next tip and next thing that I want you guys to do is to create a personalized self-care plan for yourself. Whatever that is, whatever self-care is to you, because there are people that probably watch me that are non-believers. They don't believe in God, and that is fine too. So whatever is important to you, it's very important that you prioritize and write down what self-care means to you, what activities that includes, and what kinds of things that you like to do that's for you, that makes you happy and in your happiest state. And so that's another tip as well of something, and I should have probably put that before I did my first one, but God comes first. But yeah, that is another thing that I would definitely suggest that you do, is make a self-care plan. so that you guys can look at it. And sometimes you can't do everything on that plan, but you can tick off 1 or 2 things that made you feel good in that moment and in that day. And sometimes, and I'm not even joking, and you probably think I'm being funny, but sometimes, especially ladies, if you are on your cycle, if Miss Ma'am is visiting you, sometimes that just means having some ice cream or having a tub of ice cream, whatever that is to you. If that's your self-care and if that's what makes you happy in that moment, then go for it. Because guess what? 1 tub of ice cream, and I meant the small one, but you know, 1 tub of ice cream isn't gonna hurt nobody, and it's not like you're doing it every single day. Okay? So there's that. Secondly, okay, so another second self-care plan, and I liked doing this. I haven't done it recently, but I'm about to jump back on and start doing it again, and that is actually going for walks. Being mindful in that moment of all that I have, all that I'm thankful for, and also meditating on just the world, like meditating on what I'm thankful for, okay, and being positive, like all these positive affirmations. You know, if you go on my Instagram, I used to constantly post affirmations, daily affirmations, and I really should get back onto that, and I might, but daily affirmations, just showing and constantly telling you, like pointing out to you what it is that you're about, like giving you that push and energy to keep on going. That's what I wanted to say. And just pouring into yourself, all that positivity pouring into you. So sometimes what I used to do, actually I used to do it for exercise anyway, but I'm just that type of person that whilst I'm exercising, because I like to go outside in a park, and I love water. So a park with water for me is a lot of self-care, and it's a lot of me clearing my mind, and also just helping me realize exactly where I am and what I have, and just being grateful for it in that moment. But it also makes me feel so much better. So guys, if I would say go outside, get some fresh air, and go for a walk. That can be a part of your self-care plan. It's very important, okay? And it's good exercise too. Another part of self-care is learning when to say no. And I know that that is a hard one. It was a hard one for me for a very long time. But as I've gotten older, I just am in a place in my life where I believe in setting boundaries. And I'm not going to say too much more on the boundaries part and aspect of it, because I've covered it before in another Reinventing Her episode. But in this episode, it's more about you learning to say no when you really don't want to do something. It's okay to say no. And if people get offended with you saying that and they don't understand where you're coming from, then too bad, too sad. Learning to say no is a huge part of self-care, because guess what? You're no longer burdened by doing the things that you don't want to do, or doing things that you don't have the capacity to do. And guess what? You feel lighter, you feel better, and sometimes saying no just feels good. It feels good because guess what? That's disrupting. Sometimes that could be disrupting what I have going on, or what I need to do, or where I need to go. And so saying no, that's okay, sis. Say no. Trust me. You'll be smiling and it's gonna be okay. The world is not gonna crumble if you don't do that one thing in that moment. Okay guys, so the next part of my self-care routine and things that I like to do is definitely like nourishing your body and pampering yourself. That is super important to me, okay? Sometimes I've had a stressful day, and sometimes I just want to pour a glass of wine. I want to light a candle, because lighting candles for me is very much a big part of self-care. Okay, and actually, whilst we're talking about candles, I actually have this new find that I just found, and it's actually from Target. It's the Black Honey Vanilla Candle, and it looks like this. Baby, this thing smells amazing. So it's with notes of almond, rum, spiced caramel, and musk. I found this thing and I'm gutted that I actually still just only bought the small. I should have got the big one, because this, there is a 3-wick candle and then there's this one, and I should have got the 3-wick, and I'm gonna go back and get the 3-wick because I'm a candle lover, baby. If you've been watching me and you've been around here on this channel for a while, then you know your girl loves candles. And so this one is a new staple for V. Okay, so yeah, like I was saying, there's nothing that I like to do more than having a glass of wine, lighting a candle, pouring myself a bubble bath. And this is what I love to put in my bubble baths, just so you guys know. Okay, I love the Dr. Teal's foaming bath with pure Epsom salt. This is just one. I change it up. I don't necessarily just stick with this one, but this is the current one that I have right now. Love it. I also like to put in the Dr. Teal's moisturizing bath and body oil, and this is in the scent lavender. I love this. It feels amazing on my skin and smells amazing as well. But that's what I love to do. I love to just pour into myself, and that's my relaxation, y'all. Wine. Sometimes I'll bring my iPad in there and watch a movie or something whilst I'm soaking in the tub. Sometimes I'll bring in a book. But these kinds of things are just self-care. Locking the door, closing the door, shutting everything out, and just relaxing, soaking my muscles, and being in peace. There is nothing better than that. I promise you. So sometimes taking a bath is a huge self-care. And to all the ladies that know exactly what I'm talking about, toot toot, baby. Okay? Y'all all know, give me a high five. Baby, let me know what y'all self-care routine is, because I'm intrigued. Another self-care item that I like to use is a body scrub. I just feel like when I use body scrubs, I am taking off, a part of me feels like I'm taking off the weight of the world. But it's just another part in making me feel better, making me feel smooth, luscious. I just love it. Okay, and so right now I am trying the Bath and Body Works lavender and vanilla. You see a theme here? I like lavender. Lavender and vanilla shea sugar body scrub. Amazing. This is it. If you can see it, there we go. This is it. Smells amazing. I love this stuff. So after my bath routine that I like to do, I also like to use Brown Sugar Babe when I come out of my shower, and after I lotion up, I also love to use the Brown Sugar Babe oils on my skin. Baby, when I use those oils, I get compliments all the time. Okay, sometimes I use it when I come out of my morning shower and I'm going to work. I put it on and people are like, what do you oh, you smell good. Baby, if you have not tried Brown Sugar Babe, which is also a black owned business, then what are you waiting on? You need to try them. Go and do your first order. You can thank me later. I left my bottles upstairs. I'm not going back upstairs to get it. I started recording. So that is another thing that I love to use. Then also, so when I finish my bath routine, I love to give myself facials. That is another part of my self-care, self-love for myself. And so I decided to invest in a face steamer, and I've had mine for a while now, but this is the face steamer that I use. You may have seen it on my channel once or twice before. It is the Vanity Planet Era Ionic Facial Steamer, and of course it's pink. But yes, this is my facial steamer that I love to use, and it comes with 3 different nozzles. But I love to, when I'm using this, I love to put on some relaxation music. I usually go to YouTube and have like relaxation instrumentals or spa instrumental music. I try and find those playlists. I give myself my facial and I just sit there and zone out, baby. I zone all the way out. I'm in another world. When I'm doing my self-care, I'm in another world. And why do I do my self-care? Because it makes me feel powerful. It makes me feel like an amazing woman. It makes me feel like there is nothing that this girl cannot do when I am done. I feel fully relaxed. So ladies, if you do not have a face steamer to do your at-home facials, then please get one. Trust me, you will thank me later. I promise you with that, okay? Okay guys, so another part of self-care is actually sometimes our minds are constantly moving and we are so glued to our electronics. It's actually ridiculous. And this is hard for a content creator to do, so trust me when I say sometimes we got to set those boundaries, even as content creators. But sometimes you need a digital detox. And what I mean by a digital detox is to step away from social media completely for a period of the day or whatever that is, whether that's just before you go to sleep, whether that is first thing in the morning. I don't know, or limit yourself to how much time you spend on social media. There is so much negativity. And this sounds awful. As much positivity as there is, sometimes we're not always pouring and putting the positive stuff into our minds, which then plays on our lives, right? And when you're scrolling on social media and we are seeing all this negative energy, a lot of this negative, whether it's in comments, whether it is killing and all kinds of different violence of any kind. When it's all these different things that is all out there on social media, you don't realize, but sometimes that weighs heavily on you. I remember when I first moved out here to the US and I would watch the news, and it was, to me, it was so depressing. Every day, and I didn't realize like how crazy that was, but every day there was a shooting, another murder, someone getting arrested. That was just all the stuff that was pouring onto the news daily. And for me, I just needed to separate myself. I found myself being so heavy. I will feel for these victims. I will feel for the victims' families. And I just took it upon myself. I don't even know these people. Didn't know anybody. But at the same time, for me, I just had to completely step away. So I knew that watching the news just wasn't a good thing for me. I've started doing it again now. But for a very long time, I stopped watching the news completely. And I was just like, I can't do this anymore. This just isn't for me. And that was another part of my self-care, is removing things that you know are not for you in a positive way. And that's why I'm saying digital detox, whether that is the news for you, whether that is social media, YouTube, whatever kind of things that you're looking at that isn't pouring into you positively, then those are the types of things that you just need to remove from your space. And trust me, that will help with your self-care tremendously. A lot of people don't realize that, but it's a psychological thing and it's working on your brain, and you don't realize that you're actually feeling a type of way, and you're actually taking all of this in and all this energy into you, and you don't realize until you really realize, and then you really feel that weight that you're carrying and that you didn't even realize intentionally that you was carrying, but you are. And for me, that was just something that I had to absolutely completely remove. Okay, so the next point that I'm going to talk about really quickly is rest. Yes guys, it's rest. Rest is a huge part of self-care. I don't know about you guys, but sometimes I struggle to go to bed. Okay, I stay up late and then the next day I regret it because I'm like, I'm tired. I should have went to my bed last night, but I didn't. Okay, that's another part of self-care. And sometimes we need to set those alarms. We need to shut it all down by a certain time, and we need to get in the bed. For me, I really try and aim to get in my bed around 9 o'clock each day, because that's my unwind time. That's my personal time. That is time for me to take, you know, just to exit, to not have to think about anything else. That's just my personal time that I like to take at the end of the day. So I really try and get into my bed. And I know some people are like, oh, that's early, but no, it's not, because I really still don't end up going to bed till super late. I mean, I get in the bed, but I don't go to sleep and turn my mind off. until super late. But another part of self-care that I'm starting to be intentional about is going to bed early and actually going to get the rest that I need. Have y'all ever woken up when you feel real rested and you feel great the next day? That is a part of self-care, and that is something that we really should be trying to do. Another thing that I do that I don't know, some people do it, some people don't, but I am very, very intentional with putting my phone on do not disturb. My phone automatically goes on do not disturb every single day at a certain time. Nobody can contact me, nobody can get phone calls through to me, text messages. And it's not saying that, I mean, I'll see them if I'm on my phone, or I'll see them in the morning when they come through, but they are not disturbing my sleep. They are not disturbing my rest. They are not taking away from my moments of my me time that I set out for myself at the end of every day. That is for me to shut it down and just to have a moment for myself. And so I'm very intentional with it. I set my phone that way for a reason. And so with that being said, I would definitely highly suggest that if you do not, you definitely start learning how to use do not disturb. Put it on for whatever time. And sometimes if that's your morning, then put it on and you can set your do not disturb for time frames. You can set it on a certain time frame of whatever day, whenever you want to. So definitely play around with it, but definitely try it out. And you can also bypass it for certain people. Like if there's certain emergency people, you can make them your favorites so that if they do call, they can still always get through to your phone. Like I do that for my parents. And then there's two other quick points. The next point that I want to talk about is journaling. I know I briefly talked about it earlier on this morning with my earlier on today with the devotional, but oh Lord, but I definitely wanted to talk to you guys about it again now, because I actually used to keep a diary. And my brother actually found my diaries the other day, and he was just like, oh, I'm gonna go and read your diary. Guess what I found? Your diaries. And I'm like, oh no, don't read them. Like, they were really personal. And so as an adult, we need to start journaling again. I haven't done it for so long. Like I used to write diaries from like when I was a teenager, okay, like from high school, like from I guess what you guys call middle school all the way into high school. Like I used to journal all the time, and I remember reading back some of my diaries, and I would be cracking up, and I'd be like, wow. But it was amazing to see the transformation and things that I was feeling back then to what I feel now. And so I think it's time as adults that we spend some time journaling. Get that frustration, get that out, especially if you're not even in therapy or anything like that. Sometimes it's good to just journal and let it out, because you're pouring it out on the paper, and that's important too. It's actually another way which you can clear your mind that you probably haven't even thought about. So journaling to do a lot of self-reflection is also a huge part of self-care, and that's definitely something that you should start considering doing daily, weekly, however many times you can. But I'm definitely gonna get back into that, because I actually had so much fun, and it's so nice to write these kind of things. And maybe one day I'll let my kids read what their mom wrote when I have kids. I don't even have any children yet. Okay guys, and then the last but not least point that I want to cover over in self-care is just building a strong community of like-minded women like yourself in it. Sometimes, and I've met a lot of people that have had not such positive people around them and in their inner circle, and I can see how much that affects them and their daily lives and what they have going on. And I can truly say that what's not for me, I pray about it intentionally, and if you don't pray, then that's, you know, that's definitely fine. That's up to you. For me, prayer centers me completely, and I pray that God removes any person that is not supposed to be in my life intentionally. If they do not have a reason to be in my life, then I ask God to remove them, and I especially ask God to remove them if they are not bringing positivity to my life, because that's just where I'm at in my life now. That's just the stage of life that I'm at. I'm just at a place where I just don't have time for the BS. I don't have time for the mess. And I just want to be around other women that support each other, and that you can go to when you need to, but at the same time, we just all on the same mindset. It is amazing to be surrounded by such positive, strong women. Trust me. So that is another and the last tip that I'm going to leave with you guys today. Please build a positive community around you that is of like-minded people, of where you want to be, where you're going, where you're at. Because trust me, it's going to push you into the right area, and it's going to make you feel a lot more happier with where you are in life and what's going on in your life now. And if you're not in that positive place yet, hopefully I hope you found something in these videos that you can use that starts to get you moving into the right direction, into that place of peace, because that's all I wish and hope for all of you guys. Anyway guys, if you made it to the end of this video, then leave me a comment down below. Let me know what is your self-care routine. What do you guys like? If there's a tip that I didn't cover but you want to leave down below to help other women out, we are building a strong, empowered female community here on Candidly V. And so I just want you guys to be a source and a place of refuge for each other. And I am definitely going to be writing back in the comments and also coming and speaking to you guys down below too. So if that is you, then leave your comment down below, or if you need help, leave your help down below too. And ladies, please, let's all go to the comments. Let's all leave some kind of positivity down below. Let's help somebody else out if they need that help, or make sure you do leave that tip, because you don't even understand how transformative that can be. Anyway guys, I want to thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope and pray that you got something out of it. This was definitely a topic that is near and dear to my heart. Until the next one, I love you, Brit Babes. Bye.